time I try to debug my mind, might go through riddle, you always rewind. You find the errors in every nested loop. Oh, clever llama, master of the code. You solve our mysteries just like I was told. VFDs and VLCs, you know them well. Edge and my secrets.
Welcome back. Today's video is the second video of the Basic AMC template series. In this video, we're going to talk about where to download the Basic AMC template, how to install it, and also how to overcome any trials you might have while installing it. In the previous video, we talked about what the Basic AMC template was and how it's a benefit. In this video, we're going to talk about how to install it so that it installs properly into your computer. We're also going to show you how to find this Basic AMC template. So let's start with that first. If you go to the Control Techniques website, you'll see in the top right corner that there are different regions. If your region is set to English and you go to download, you will see that there are no software downloads here. In other words, you will not find the template system on this location. If you go to any of these other than the United States one, you will also not find the template system. If you go to the United States website and go to download, you will see there is a category called Software Tools. If you click on it, you will come to this page called Software Tools. Make sure it doesn't say Software Archive or anything like that. And then if you scroll down, there will be a section right here where you need to log in. But if you don't have an account, it's really easy. You just click this word here and sign up, and then after that point you can download whatever you want. Down below, under the software section, find the Basic Motion template. And all you have to do is hit the download button. If the download button isn't working, it's because you haven't logged in. After you've downloaded it, you'll have a zip file. The first thing I would do is right click on the zip file, go to Properties, and click this little box called Unblock. Microsoft Windows puts this on any zip file that you download from the internet. By checking this, it fixes the first hurdle with installing this on some computer systems. The next thing we need to do is unzip it. After you've unzipped it, you will have another folder. We just need to open it up a couple of times until we find this program called MCS Template Loader. Before I run this program called MCS Template Loader, I want to open up Machine Control Studio and show you what it looks like before you actually run this program. So here is Machine Control Studio, and if I come up here to File, New Project, and I open it, it will bring up this window called New Projects. What this window is for is when you go to create a project for a particular device, it will allow you to select the target for your program. For example, if I open up application modules, you will find all of the application modules that snap onto the drive that you can write logic into. You can also come down here to drives and find that there's a whole bunch of drives that support Machine Control Studio. But none of these categories actually have the template system built in. And so you have to write everything from scratch. The next hurdle that we have to overcome is admin rights. If you double click on this and you open it up, you will see that in order for this to install, you need to run this as admin. Okay, it has a little picture here even showing you to run it as administrator. Okay, so let's exit this and right click on it, click Run as Administrator, and now when the software program opens up, it looks a bit different. You notice that it now is saying welcome to MCS Template Installer, blah blah blah. There's a couple things I want to point out before we hit the next button here. The first thing to note is that this is for version 1.11. My Machine Control Studio that I have on my computer at this time is 1.12. that means that this template system was written for an older version of Machine Control Studio. The question you'll probably have is this going to be a problem? The answer is no, it's not. As long as your Machine Control Studio is 1.11 or newer, this will work just fine. But there is one hiccup. The problem is, if your computer has never had Machine Control Studio version 1.11, then you are missing the devices and libraries that this template system was built upon. Let me restate that. So when you install Machine Control Studio, it only installs the devices and libraries for that version. So if your computer had an older version of Machine Control Studio on it, then your computer would have both the older version of the libraries and the newer version of the libraries. The nice thing about this template system is they thought about that and knew that you were not going to have the libraries and devices for your project. So what they've done is they've added a project right here. After we do this install, we can open this up in Machine Control Studio and it will add all of the missing libraries and devices that we need in order to use the template without doing an upgrade on the device. Even if you forget to do this last step of adding the libraries to your computer, it's not that big of a deal. You can still use the newer libraries. So let's install this. Now, before I push this install button one last time, it's showing some pictures, I guess. The key thing I want you to do is come and click on this install log and then hit the install button. What this is going to do is tell you what the installer is actually doing. And if it can't install the files, you'll notice that this isn't going to add any text. It's just going to be like stuck at the top, which means that you need to fix your administration rights. Okay. Again, this is just a blurb saying that you need to load this project into Machine Control Studio. Now, if you don't have CodeAssist installed on your computer, then you can just simply push this button. If you have CodeAssist installed on your computer, I would recommend you going to Machine Control Studio and open up this file manually. All right? Because I don't have CodeAssist installed on this computer, I'm just going to hit Install Devices and Libraries. You should see a window like this that's opened up called Extract Project Archive. Basically, what this is that little file that I said that had all the libraries in it is basically a zip file, and Machine Control Studio needs to unzip it so that it can actually install it. Most of the time I just click this top option where it's just going to extract it in the same location as the installer, and that's perfectly fine. You'll then see a whole bunch of drives show up in the left side of Machine Control Studio, and you can just ignore any of these pop-ups that happen right here. Just close them. The key point here is that there's a whole bunch of drives on the left side. All of these were added to your computer with the older version of the libraries and devices. At this point, you can just go up to File and close this project. It's not needed. So at this point, we have successfully installed the template system. Everything's there in our Machine Control Studio. So just to show you how it looks now, if we go up to File, New Project, and we minimize all of these categories, you will see that there's a new category called CTA Motion Library. And like I said in the previous video, you come over here and you can start your little project. And just to show you that it's working, I'm going to go to Drive M700. I'm just going to click here to make an MCI 210 project. And over here on the left side, we can see our new project with all of the goodies inside of our application. You can also see that there are no weird X marks here or here. Now, if there is an X mark on one of these devices, it probably means that you didn't install the libraries and devices. It's not a big deal. All you got to do is right click on it and say Update Device, and then hit Update Device. Close this window and then do the same thing for for any other device that has X's on it. And one last tip I would recommend is anytime you do an update device, always come up here to Build, Clean All. This makes sure that it flushes out any old data out of your project and uses the current devices and libraries for the build. Thank you for watching this video. If you found this video helpful, you might want to check out the next video in the series. You can find that video by clicking right here. In the next video, we're going to talk about the differences between hardware version 1 and hardware version 2 function blocks.